One day one of us born in the 90s is gonna die and be known as the last person from the 1900s. May the odds be ever in your favor. I was born in 1999. I hope I live to the age where people think it's wild that my birth year starts with 1. Probably more like last person of the 1000s. But then who will tell our great grandchildren about Pops? Battle Royale 90s kids. Dad, what was life like back in the 1900s? Well son, every day your grandfather would explain to me about how any problem that I was facing was insignificant compared to him having to walk to school as a child, where it was uphill both ways. Before radios, TVs, and smartphones, people never knew there were so many dumb people out there. They just thought it was that one guy in town. More like, dumb people couldn't get together and encourage each other's dumbness to even greater extremes. There are nearly 20,000 towns, cities in the US alone, 16,000 of which have a population below 10,000. Now let's say the amount of dumb fucks in each town is 1 to 1,000. That means for all those towns of 10,000 or less people there is approximately 10 dumb fucks per town. Therefore, the amount of dumb fucks for just small towns is 160,000. For all of the US that means there are approximately 328,000 dumb fucks for the whole country. It still is mostly those few guys in town. The internet just gives everybody a platform to voice their opinions, free of prejudice. So more dumb people, and smart people, are heard. TV and radio did that too, but less so. The funny thing is all the people here thinking they aren't dumb. Yay, it's still the same percentage, but the internet gives them the ability to sprinkle their stupid dust far and wide. Letting someone hold your phone when it's unlocked is a whole different level of trust. I used to have a lot of NSFW type of things on my phone. So letting family hold my phone unlocked was a big number. My phone has the option to make a second version. So if I input a certain code instead of my code, it's a guest version with no pics and no ads. Just basic factory functions. My phone unlock code is the birthday of my best friend. And mine is her unlock code. We promised each other in case of sudden death to wipe the content. Because family. Nah. Handing them your phone to show them a photo in the gallery. Don't swipe left or right. I do it all the time. But then there's those people who just watch over your shoulder waiting. Makes you wonder. Snails are so slow yet we never see them coming. They just appear. There's an old thread about you gain immortality, but there's an immortal snail who always chases you, and if he touches you you'll die. And how people would handle it. Snails are actually really fast. They just pretend to be slow so we aren't scared of them. I stepped out of the shower last week to find a snail working its way up from the sink drain. I was unpleasantly surprised. Gasps magic snails. Look out for decoy snail, mate. The owner of the testicles displayed on Wikipedia about testicles represents every man's B. Who TF gave this an award? Wait a minute. Goes to Wikipedia to upload picture of my own BK to replace the main article picture. Most famous BS worldwide. That's a weird thing to Wikipedia though, man. The Chosen 2. I didn't think I would look up testicles today. Even Google couldn't have predicted that. The real difference between someone being a millennial versus Gen Z is whether or not Pluto was a planet when they were a kid. It was a planet when I was in grad school. Lost it in middle school. Back in my time, Pluto used to be a cartoon dog. Wait, that DN dog is a planet. 19. Gen Z Pluto was a planet when I was a kid too. I was born in 1985 but still consider myself a kid. Does that make me a millennial or Gen Z? Math is the only language that's discovered rather than invented. Edit. Before I posted this I had no idea it has been a philosophical debate for thousands of years. Super interesting. Here is a great short read concerning the debate. https://www.mcpsmt.org/cms/lib/mt01001940/centricity /domain /1062 /articles %20% math %20 invented %20 or %20 discovered .docx. This is actually a popular point of debate of whether math is invented or discovered. Many people over the centuries have argued both ways. Ultimately, it seems to be a personal judgment call. I personally think that questions thought up in mathematics are invented, but the solutions to those questions are discovered. Edit. This has been fun. I normally don't get the chance to talk about math. The bachelor's degree looks nice on the wall though sods. There are some dialects if you will that we shaped. For example, we could use a base 12 or base 15 system if we wanted, but we decided to use base 10. There are certain scenarios where this is not true, of course. For example, binary coding. The poet in me wants is to be discovered. The critical part of me says it's invented. Can we all agree that maths is beautiful? Music and Sanskrit. Can I get on? But the written notations that represent numbers and the symbols that make up formulae are made up. The language used to express numbers is made up. The universe isn't preparing you for anything, you're just suffering. You are KOP. Life is suffering. Joan Rivers said it best. Listen, I wish I could tell you it gets better, but it doesn't get better. You get better. People only say those inspiring quotes just to make themselves feel better, but nothing gets better. You just get used to it. Existence is pain. When it rains, tall people get wet first. Short people will drown first. People sitting on their roof will get wet first. Unless she is sleeping, lying down, recently fallen. Actually, if everybody has recently fallen, it would be fattest people that would get wet first. And X200B. And we are assuming equal distribution of umbrellas. I mean, a short person without an umbrella would get wet way before a tall person with an umbrella, in the absence of a strong wind which would drive a horizontal pattern which in all likelihood would defeat the umbrella. Does that mean they will drive faster to when the sun comes out? Laughs in medium size. Seeing your favorite movie appear on TV is more satisfying than downloading it and watching it. And I swear with the amount of ads nowadays. No, not at all. FKTV. I have hard copies of Lotta and I can watch them anytime I want. My wife pays for cable and I really don't know why, it's pretty much only used for background noise. If you're talking cable TV, I get it. If you're talking networks like NBC, then no, because they edit it so badly that half the movie is missing and God forbid there is any kind of swearing. I am tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. Yes, we guys waste half of the time in downloading the movie and changing volume brightness. Number. It's not. FG commercials. The kids growing up gaming on tablets are going to have all the internet addiction without any of the computer skills. But their thumbs will be deadly. As a teacher, I had previously become accustomed to assuming that kids I teach know how to maneuver internet sites and basic computer skills. Definitely not the case. I learned last year not to do this anymore, and just like anything, some catch on fast, some don't. The ones who don't tend to do poorly in other areas, and it really has nothing to do with being born in a more technologically savvy time. I was definitely guilty of assuming too much. Since computers are more and more user-friendly, people develop less and less skills when using them. A study showed that the recreative use of a computer was correlated with better grades in mathematics in the 1990s, but that it was not anymore the case in 2000. Ref. https://sicknet.appa.org/record/2008-18990-003 right square bracket open bracket http sicknet.appa.org record 2008189900003. I mean, we who grew up with newer computers also didn't get part of the computer skills people who grew up with, say, Commodore 64s and such had. Most adults who use a computer every day have no idea what it's doing. They are equally screwed if something is not right and they get an error message with no other talent than switching it off and restarting. So I don't see this as a problem. Most of humanity is just an end user that will never investigate the how of computers. There's a point in all of our lives where we are equally as far away from birth as we are to death. And we have no idea when that'll be. What if it's an odd amount of the smallest unit of time between birth and death? Every day is the day. Just FK my ST up. It must be sad being an ant when an animal literally named Anteater exists. ST, we better watch out for the flying purple people eater. Ants don't speak English. Considering there's a song called Man-Eater, ants aren't the only ones who should be worried. Have you heard of the term cannibal? When you're inside a wall, you are also between two other walls. Most shall our thoughts be like. President Valentine would like to know your location. Also, you're inside a very narrow room. All shall be well and all manner of things shall be well. I hate you. The opposite of a smoke break is a smoke break. Oh, a break to smoke and a break of smoking. Nice. You smoke alone, don't you? Take your upvote and get out of here. Spotify can easily rickroll people just by placing the Rick Astley's song in randomly generated playlists. Yeah, but Spotify are the ones that would have to give him royalties for that, so they would actually be rickrolling themselves. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please smash that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe.